Hi everyone, my name is Chris Tran and I'm the Assistant Project Coordinator on the TEC App project. On behalf of the research team, we would like to thank everyone for taking the time to volunteer for testing our app and reviewing this training session beforehand. We're looking forward to hearing about your experiences and feedback while using this app. Yet, please go to the email that I sent out, which outlines the instructions for downloading the app. And this is also in the TEC App user guide that I've included with this presentation. So these will provide the links that you'll need to download the app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on your device. So both usernames and passwords are case sensitive. Your username will be the first 8 characters of your email address that will appear before the @ sign. So just as an example, in the case of Jonathan Doe at sdsu.edu, the username would just be Jonathan with a password of Jonathan123. But if you have an email that is shorter than 8 characters, it would be whatever characters appear before the @ sign. So as an example, in the case of jdoe at sdsu.edu, the username would be jdoe and then just jdoe123 for the password. If you're having any issues at all or are confused about this process, please feel free to contact me at ktran14 at sdsu.edu. All right, so now it's time to take a look at the app. In order to access the app, you must be invited to the testing by our app development team. Once you've received an invite, you can use the links provided by our team to access the download for your device. iOS devices will need to download TestFlight from the App Store, which will then provide them with access to the TEC app, while Android users will be able to use the provided links to download the app directly from Google Play. After successfully installing the app or apps for your device, download and locate the app icon labeled as TEC Waste for iOS or TEC Internal Early Access for Android. Please note that the device pictured on the screen is an Android, so your app may look slightly different from the one pictured here. After opening the app, you'll be prompted to sign in using your username and password. In my case here, you can see that the app automatically signed me in thanks to a feature that keeps you signed in for 30 days after the initial login. So that means you won't have to sign in every single time you would like to use the app. Upon signing in, you'll find yourself on the main page of the TEC app. This is located in the Explore tab, besides the 2 other major pages of the TEC app, which are the Forums tab and the Profile tab. We'll look into each of those in detail very shortly. On the Explore tab, you'll notice a map displaying all submitted observations of TEC waste by previous app users. In our case, this is a primary testing site at the office, and as such, you'll see a large amount of observations in this specific location. Below the map, there's a list of corresponding observations arranged chronologically from the most recent to least. This list provides details such as the date, time, waste category, and the quantity of waste for each observation. So first we'll look into submitting an observation. To start, tap the eye icon with the magnifying glass located on the right side of the central screen within the map. By tapping on this icon, you'll be presented with 2 options: submitting an observation using your phone's camera, or submitting an observation by selecting a photo from your camera's library. Submitting a photo from your library can be useful in scenarios where you lack cell phone service or cellular data during your field testing. If you do have cellular data or Wi-Fi, you can submit immediately using your phone's camera. So for our first example, we will take a photo of these waste items. Once taking the photo, you do have the choice of retaking the photo or proceeding by selecting OK. Selecting OK directs you to the screen where you can categorize and quantify your observation. To do this, tap on a specific waste item within the photo. So for example, if you observe cigarette butts, tap the item in the photo and it will present a drop-down menu and a text box beneath the photo. Tap on the drop-down menu to choose the type of waste. These selections include cigarette butts, other tobacco products, e-cigarettes, cannabis, and multi-purpose items like lighters and rolling papers. If you're not so sure about the item, you can also select unsure. After selecting the waste type, you can enter the quantity. So in this example, we can go ahead and tap on the cigarette butt here. And since we only see 1, we'll type in 1 in the number area. Also, if there are additional types of waste in the photo, you can go ahead and repeat this process by tapping on the photo again. So for this example, in the picture, there is an e-cigarette. So we can go ahead and tap it and categorize it as e-cigarette and enter 1 as the count. Once this is done, you can select Cancel to exit the observation screen or Next to proceed to the next screen. Selecting Next takes you to the Submit Observation screen, where you can edit the date and time of the observation if needed. You can also indicate whether the waste was picked up or not to give you an option if you'd like to clean up your block while you're doing your 30 to 60 minutes per week. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice a project category. Tapping on this will allow you to save this observation under a specific project or organization. Please note that if you've already joined an organization, these will automatically apply the project to your observations. So before finalizing your submission, you'll have the option to leave a note on any observation as well, just in case there's anything special you'd like to note about the observation. Once done, click Submit. And after a brief loading period, you'll return to the Explorer page. While the observation is loading, you'll receive a notification indicating that the observation is processing and being uploaded to our servers. Once the process is complete, you'll receive a notification confirming the successful submission of your observation. Let's take a look at another example. I'm going to again tap on the icon with the eye and magnifying glass and take a picture of these cigarette butts. Again, I have the option to proceed directly by tapping OK or retake the photo if needed. Selecting OK prompts me to locate the tech waste items and categorize them. In this image, I see 7 cigarette butts, so I will tap on the photo where the butts are located, categorize them as cigarette butts, and type in 7 for the number. Selecting Next brings me to the next screen where I can see the image and the items tagged, see the date and time where I found the tech waste item, indicate if the item was picked up, and what project the observation is saved under. Finally, I can cancel out of the observation to delete the observation or submit to upload to the observation. So you have several options for viewing observations on the map and on the list. By tapping on the All Observations tab on the observations list, you can see observations submitted by all app users both on the map and in the list. You can also tap on the My Observations, and this will allow you to see your own submitted observations, both in the map and the list below. So here, if I tap on My Observations, you can see that all of these observations are submitted under my username, Ktran. Let's take a look at the different filters you can use to filter what observations are presented on the map, the observation list, and the downloadable reports. These filters include time, tech waste type, project, and map filter. So for example, clicking the times filter allows you to choose between different options for filtering observations by the time and date they were taken, including all observations that have been made, observations that have been made over the past week, over the past month, and over the past 6 months. You can also filter the types of tech waste you'd like to see on the map and observation list. So for example, if you're interested in seeing only e-cigarettes, you can click on this filter, select e-cigarettes, and will only display observations that contain e-cigarettes that have been submitted. You can also filter observations based off of specific projects. If you want to see all observations that your organization has submitted, you can select the filter and tap your organization name so you can view them on the map and list. The last filter is the map filter option, which narrows down the observations shown on the list below based off of your current location on the map. So example, when the map filter is on, only observations in the specific location on the map will be shown on the list below. When the map filter is off, all observations, regardless of the location on the map, will be shown in the list below. Please note that currently on many devices, the app may become slow or even crash if you have an excessive amount of observations that are being displayed. This is a known issue that is currently being worked on, but for the time being, applying filters to only display the observations that you would like to see will help prevent this issue. Next, we'll turn to the Forums tab. The Resources in the Forums tab offer valuable insights into the environmental impacts of tech waste and can help you understand how your observations can make a meaningful impact. So first, let's look into educational resources. Here in educational resources, you'll find a variety of options to learn about tech waste and its associated topics. So, as an example, in the Tech Waste Fundamentals section, you'll discover a collection of entries containing related information presented as documents or infographics along with some clickable links. These links will allow you to directly download PDFs to your phone or navigate to YouTube for associated videos. In terms of frequently asked questions, you'll find a list of questions and their corresponding answers addressing various aspects of the app, from the background and usage of the app to common questions regarding the app in different educational and research settings. The FAQ can provide helpful instructions on how to use the app. So, for example, if you're having trouble submitting an observation, you can click on How to use the app for detailed instructions. For example, clicking here, entering and submitting my observations provides a list of common questions or concerns you may have when using the app. The frequently asked questions section also provides lots of helpful background information on what tech waste is and how and why tech waste is harmful to the environment. So, for example, tapping How Harmful is Tech Waste provides a concise but thorough explanation on the concerns of tech waste. It also provides a couple of examples on how this app may be used in educational and research settings. We also have multiple features for our community partners. These features aim to support community organizations by providing a collaborative platform for initiatives such as monitoring tobacco waste and creating community focused projects. First, users are able to set up or promote events. This is a feature that is still being developed and improved, but includes two major categories: viewing current or past events and submitting events of their own. Selecting local events allows users to view local events that they can participate in, and selecting past events allows users to explore previous events that have already occurred. Tapping Submit an Event allows users to submit new events or promote existing events. Here, you can promote an existing event, prompting you to upload an image of the event and ask you to provide important information regarding the event, including the event URL and the primary contact information for the event. Once you've provided all details regarding the event, select Promote Event to submit the event. To request a new event, tap I want to create a new event. Here, you'll be prompted to provide the details of the event, including the name, date, time, and description of the event. You'll also be asked to provide location details, including if there's an online attendance option. Finally, contact information will be requested, along with the option to upload an image or a flyer of the event. And tapping Submit Event Request will submit the event. Users are also able to view, create, or join projects, also share observations, and share and exchange project data with fellow community members. You can either view existing projects or request a new project. When viewing existing projects, you have the option to view all projects or just projects you're actively participating in. As a developing feature, tapping on an existing project will eventually show all users and observations that have been taken under that project, as well as a description of the project itself. Users will also have the ability to request a new project. When selecting this, you'll be prompted to provide details on the project, including the name, dates, summary, and location of the project. Contact details of the primary organizer will also be requested. Moving on, we have the Tobacco Waste Identification Guide. This guide features photos and descriptions of various types of tech waste, helping users accurately identify waste on their observations. This guide provides descriptions and example photos of the different types of tech waste, including cigarette butts, other tobacco items and packaging, e-cigarette products and packaging, cannabis products and packaging, and other multi-use items like lighters and rolling papers. So, just as an example, under butts and filters, you can explore the different stages of cigarette butts you might encounter in the environment, such as intact or degraded filters that resemble a cotton round. There's also information on the different types of e-cigarettes and vapes, detailing the different parts of vapes that you may encounter as well. The final piece of this section is the municipal resources, offering a list of local services, resources, and contact information for elected officials. By clicking on your associated city in San Diego County, you can access the city's website to easily contact your local officials. So, just an example, if I live in Carlsbad, I can go ahead and tap Carlsbad for my city and find the information on my local officials to share my observations with them. Let's take a look at the Profile tab. Now, the Profile tab is currently in development, but it displays the total number of observations that you've submitted in the app at the top right corner there. In the future, this feature will allow users to earn levels, reach milestones, and unlock achievements based on their active participation in the app. While the profile editing option is available, we do request users to maintain their current usernames and passwords, and we ask that you refrain hiding your profile during field testing phase, just so that we're able to monitor your participation effectively. So now let's turn to the Explore tab again. We'll take a look at downloading your observations. So to download your observations, you can tap the Download Data button located at the top right of your screen. Here you'll be given a choice to download either a PDF or a CSV file directly onto your device. After selecting either of them, you'll get a notification on your phone indicating that the report has been downloaded. Heading to your phone's files and searching for the observations, you can easily find the downloaded reports. And once you have them downloaded on your phone, you can easily share or transfer them to any device. You can also use the filters that we talked about before on the observations and download the reports based off of those filters. So, as an example, if you wanted data just from the organization that you're in, you can choose your organization from the filters in the drop down menu and then select Download Data. And then only the observations that are shown on the map will appear on the PDF or CSV file from your organization. We also have the observation sharing features. After submitting an observation, you can share it by going to My Observations and then click on the three dots next to the single observation and selecting Share Observation. This just allows you to share the observation via text message, social media, or email. So, some important notes to wrap up this presentation. All users will begin on either build 54 or version 54, depending on your device. When the updates of the app become available, iOS users will get an automatic update for their devices, while Android devices will need to manually update the app. So, for your next steps after this training, go ahead and check out the TEC App Field Testing Manual, which will be sent to you alongside this training. Next, go ahead and adopt a block in your neighborhood or chosen space. Once you've adopted your block, walk your selected area for 30 to 60 minutes once a week for 4 weeks. While you're doing that, make observations of the tech waste in the area by photographing, tagging, categorizing, and counting the tech waste. And go ahead and submit those observations while in the app. Once you're done with your 4th week of field testing, go ahead and email me, the Assistant Project Coordinator, at cte.sdsu.edu. Next, you'll be asked to complete the 10-minute online survey, the TEC App Survey number 2, which will be sent to you after you've completed your 4th week of field testing. And after that, you'll be all done. Any further questions, feel free to contact me, the Assistant Project Coordinator of the TEC App Project, Chris Tran, at the email ktran14@sdsu.edu. Thank you so much for your time and your participation.